Well, welcome to American Dream TV Los Angeles, right here in Ojai.
It's a beautiful day. We can't wait to show you more.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
I got it. I got it. I got it. All day, all night, you know we got it like that, got it like that. All day, all night, you know we got it like that, got it like that. Every day I get it, every day I got enough, so I split it. Everybody solid worldwide.
Well, welcome to American Dream TV Los Angeles, right here in Ojai.
That's right. We got to carve through the hills to get here. It was a beautiful drive. It's a beautiful day. We can't wait to show you more.
That's right. And of course, we have food adventures, an amazing event at the end of the day, so let's get this adventure going.
Got it like that. All night, you know we got it like that, got it like that.
Ojai is an amazing town that we wanted to bring you to because it is quaint, it is local, it's just outside of LA. It has amazing restaurants, bars, wineries, and so much to offer, including the history, Gino.
That's right. So this is an old Chumash town, and they called Ojai was the nest, or the Valley of the Moon. And today it's a lot like a nest. A lot of small, little, tiny businesses looking to grow. You don't have any major chains here. You don't have, I think somebody told me Jersey Mike's got shut down. That's how serious they are about it.
And then we're standing underneath the arches here that were designed by Edward Libby. That's right, Edward Libby designed this whole area here in the Spanish style with the arches, the bell tower, and so much more. In fact, they have festivals here. They have a wine festival here.
And you'll find that there's a lot of small places, tiny little stores, usually with their owner running them.
In fact, Gino, we're gonna visit one of those places right now. It's an old style butcher shop, Watkins Ranch Butcher Shop. You can't find these places anymore. We're gonna go meet the owner and find out more about it, Gino.
That's right. I'm super excited about this. Being a barbecue aficionado, one of the things that I want to be able to do is know where my meat comes from and be able to choose the pieces I want. You don't know how difficult that is. So we're going to go to a place that I can get whatever I want a la carte.
All right, let's go find you a steak, Gino.
I'm living my best life. Yeah, living my best
Well, thank you, John, for being part of American Dream TV and allow us to show the old school way it's done. A real butcher shop, which no one gets to anymore. You go to Bonds or you go to Rouse, but when I come to Ojai, I love coming here and getting real food straight from the pasture to the plate, as you call it. And we'd love to hear a little bit more history of the ranch and the family and why this place is so special.
My son and I actually started it. We did vegetables for a lot of years going to the farmer's market, but we always had cattle in the background. So he says, Dad, you're a meat cutter, you retired meat cutter, let's do our own thing. And so we started at a little place off of 150.
Okay, we just drove up that way.
Well, it's
Beautiful drive.
the old Pigeon Ranch.
Okay, yeah,
It's
yeah.
Squab Farm or Pigeon Ranch. Anyway, we were in a portion of that building. We set this up between my son and I, and then we all the kids that we had working here, I've trained. Everybody from the day one. They had some knowledge, some of them, some had no knowledge. We just started getting more cattle, and we had a large ranch, 3,200 acres that we were leasing. We were feeding them lettuce from one of the hydroponic places in Carpinteria.
Yeah.
And then we went to the grains from the breweries. And we started
So
feeding
they're
that.
happy cows. You gotta be happy cows,
Yeah.
I know that.
And it's all, the grain that they use is all organic, so we could use that without any problem.
So how many head of cattle would you have up in Utah right now?
Between 250 and
Wow,
it's quite a bit.
250, somewhere around it.
So much for going from vegetables to 250 cattle, right?
And so that supplies not just this store here, but would you say that the majority of your transactions are actually at the farmers markets?
Oh, and the
No, that's
restaurants too, right?
that's a very small percentage of the farmers market. We have restaurants. We have 3 little retail outlets that have our meat. 2 of them are produce places. 1 is a health food. And then we have, I don't know how many restaurants. I'm going to say 10 restaurants that we deliver to. Then we have an individual.
I think our cameraman had some of the meat last night at one of the local pubs.
Oh yeah. So that's pretty much how it's going, and then we're hoping to get our other facility up and running so we can be a little more self-sufficient here. And
Well, what's cool is you can see it's a working butcher shop.
yeah.
You have amazing meat. We're actually, Gino and I are going to go purchase some ourselves.
For sure, but I'm also going to take some beef jerky.
Oh yeah, we got beef jerky.
Nice
The
and soft
Ojai
and
olive
fresh.
oil. I mean, the meat. I know I'm bringing out some fillets. You're going to bring them some ribeyes. I know you.
I'm actually going to take Osabuco.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you can't find that everywhere. Well, awesome. John, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate you having us today.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for still having an old school butcher shop where we can get real meat, pasture to plate. And thank you for taking time and showing us more about Watkins Ranch and all the work and the family history that went into it. So thank you, John. All right, we got our bounty here. Got our meat. Love these old school butcher shops.
Yeah, so now we got some food. So now it's time to go just up the street and catch a nice drink here.
A little topa topa.
Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up. Never been down on my luck. Boss up. Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up. Come on, boss up.
Hey guys, welcome to Topa Topa.
Hey, how are you doing? I'm Don.
Good, nice to meet you.
How's it going? Gino.
Good to meet you. What are you guys drinking?
I'm gonna have a Kolsch.
Kolsch?
I'm kind of an IPA guy, but I've been going for hazies lately.
Okay, right on. Let's go with the Spectro IPA.
I've been on top cause my stock never dropping, and this is for the ones I've been watching. Boss.
Nice pour, Jordan. Thank you very
Jordan.
much. Love that.
What do we think?
All right. So, Topa Topa, we'd love to hear, because I have a little bit of history here because I'm local, go to Ventura all the time, know about the growth of Topa Topa, named after, well, obviously, the mountain range here.
Right over there.
So, tell us a little bit of the history, though, of Topa Topa, because I have friends that were some of the original investors.
for
when it was,
sure.
what, this big in Ventura?
Oh, yeah, it's a little tiny tap room in Ventura. But yeah, it's a pretty cool story. So it started with Kyle and Jack. Those are our 2 founding fathers, one might say.
Founding fathers, I like that.
They were both home brewers. Jack was pretty novice. Kyle was pretty avid of a home brewer. They decided to start their own brewing co-op. Basically, they called it Brew Op. And basically it was them and a bunch of friends, and they would brew a beer once a month for all the members of their co-op, just like a normal
That's
co-op.
where my
Yeah.
friends are from.
Right, yeah. So
Yeah,
they were
Wendell
probably
and Kathy are a part of that. They're local brewers home brewers from Ventura.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's how
so
they
were
know
probably
Kyle
part of that
and
original.
Kyle and who?
Kyle and Jack, yeah.
Okay,
so
right.
they were the original owners. They started brewing this. At one point, the co-op started growing, and they decided they might maybe want to turn this into an actual small business. And when they started to develop their business plan, they realized they needed someone with a lot more experience. And so that's where our head brewer and our other co-owner, Casey, came in. Casey's Kolsch, that's the Kolsch that you're drinking right now.
He does a good job.
Yeah, so Casey was the head brewer or the brewmaster over at Stone down in San Diego. And yeah, absolutely, yeah. And so he came up here, they brought him in, and he developed a lot of the recipes for our core beers that you see up here today. And now Jack and Casey are the co-owners of Topa Topa. And yeah, that was like kind of the progression from this little brew op into the Topa Topa that you see today.
So you mentioned you have some stuff that's the staples, and then you have some stuff that's seasonal that comes in and out, right? Absolutely. So now I'm having a hazy, which I know hazies are getting much more popular.
For sure.
Especially, I would assume, in summer.
Yeah, absolutely.
But do they hang out all year long, or are they only like summer and they're fading away now and you'll be pulling them down?
Yeah, so our core beers up there are actually the ones on the top left. It's the Chief Peak, Spectro, Level Line, and the Dos Topas. So those 4 beers are here all year round. They are basically the cornerstones of our beer, yeah. So Chief Peak's a regular, or not regular, but rather our most popular IPA. It's a standard West Coast IPA. It's hoppy, it's crisp, it's got a little bit of like citrus to it, and it's really good. That for sure makes up for, I don't know, 50 to 60% of our sales actually. It's our most popular by far. The Spectro Hazy IPA that you're drinking, that was the first hazy that we came out with. That one's very tropical, it's bright, like you said, it's a great summer beer. That one for me is the beer that I always suggest for those who really don't like hoppier IPAs. I think that's a really good middle ground for sure.
Okay.
It's an IPA, but it's not gonna kick your teeth in like a normal hoppy one
Yeah,
would.
I can't handle too hot.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's the Spectro Hazy. Level Lines are pale ale. It's really similar to Chief Peak. It's got that same hop profile, but it's a lot lighter and easier to drink. And so that one's kind of a staff favorite amongst us who work here. Lastly, we have Dos Topas, which is our Mexican style lager. It's light, it's crisp, and it's a perfect summer beer for sure.
What's cool is you started from like literally a shoebox.
Yeah.
I just drove by it the other day.
for
I
sure.
mean, it's still there, the little thing. But now you have what, 4?
We have 5 tap rooms now.
Now 5 tap rooms?
Yeah, so we have that original downtown location in Ventura that's on Thompson Street.
Right.
That's where we used to brew. It's the first tap room that we ever opened. And then we have another one in Ventura now, which is in Midtown East Side Ventura. That's our new brewing facility. It's really, really cool. That's where our new headquarters and our offices are. We do all our brewing there. The brewing facility is the size of a Costco now. It's massive. Wow. And so that's where we do all of our like main operations there. It's pretty cool. A few months ago, maybe 2 months ago now, in 1 week, we brewed the same volume of beer that we did our entire first year of operation.
Wow, that's some massive
we're just
growth.
continuing to grow, yeah.
That's why we wanted to come by here and share this with our viewers. This is a success story, and it's a cool local place that made good.
Yeah, that's what I like about Ojai. I think beyond the businesses, I think you see the people that run them too and the people that work here. It's a really good
Why I
community.
like it. That's why we decided to come here and share this with all those that don't know as much as they should about Ojai, and what a quaint, fun, great town it is. So great stuff. Thank
Awesome.
you, Jordan.
Thanks, guys. It was great meeting you.
Really appreciate it. All right.
Cheers. Thank
Cheers.
you. This place is iconic. I drive by it all the time when I go to and from Ojai. But what's cool is the story, and we got a little bit behind the scenes, but everything knows you from owning, of course, Pacoli's, as in Dwayne Pacoli. Tell us a little of your history.
Well, I grew up in Ventura, and my dad leased a farm up here in Ojai in 1950. But he passed away in 62, and I begged my mom to keep the lease. And I started singing, and I was singing, and I was performing around and trying to make a living doing that. And it was pretty interesting having that farm and singing, you know. I needed another job, and I knew my attorney said, nobody's going to hire you. They're going to come and they're going to see the ranch, right? They're going to go, this guy's not going to work for me, right? So I wanted to start my own business. So I always loved this place. It was defunct and it was closed, and I leased it, and we opened it May 16th, 1986.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And it's such a great location, right in the corner, because I know every time, I was telling you, that's why I wanted to shoot here, because when you drive by here, you drive by going, I have to go there. I have to go sit outside, have a pizza, and enjoy this beautiful place, and of course, authentic food. It doesn't get better.
Well, it's perfectly placed too. And the first time I came here is a long time ago when I still had a motorcycle. So a lot of the motorcycles are always stopping into this place. So this is actually a really great hangout to come check out a bunch of motorcycles or cars. People make this a stop on their way between LA and Ventura.
Trust me, this is not the first fancy car that we've ever had yet.
I know that.
So we know about the location, how great it is, but now it's time to order up some food and go try some of this wonderful Bocali's food.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, let's go. Heck of a spread here, Dwayne. This is amazing. It's gonna be really hard to wait to dive in, but salute.
All right, salud.
Thank you for hosting us. And now we'd love to hear more about the food and you locally source it and where this yummy stuff came from, the recipes. And I know it was a labor of love. Let's put it that way.
Well, I made up all the recipes, and when I started, I had not a clue what I was doing. I mean, not a clue. I burned more pizzas than anybody on the planet, right? I started out, I made lasagna and pizza and what else? And spaghetti. I think that
makes sense.
You know, I didn't even make garlic
The
bread.
3 food groups.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I started out really simple, and I knew that I needed a vegetarian sauce and a meat sauce, and then I did a butter sauce, an all burro, which is just dried garlic and butter and parsley. No, and it's wonderful. And I kind of use those things as a basic thing, you know, like I put it on the bruschetta and I put it on the garlic bread. But those 3 sauces are kind of the basis for the whole food of the restaurant, you know. I kind of have a too much theory, you know, like
Not for us.
people don't want to be shorted, you know, they want
abundance.
abundance. They
Well,
really
that's a
do.
typical Italian meal. There's always abundance, you know. I grew up that way. Eat more, eat more, eat more, you know. And look what happened.
My Italian family, my grandfather came to Santa Barbara in 1890, I think, and they didn't have pizza, you know. I asked him, hey, Nona, what about a pizza? And he goes, I don't know nothing about no pizza. You know?
Yeah. The last time I was here, I had the sandwich, and I was a happy camper. So I know you guys were like, "Do we need a sandwich?" I'm like, "You gotta get the sandwich. I like a sandwich."
Well, those are good cold cuts, and they're all Molinari.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard
Molinari in San
out of-
Francisco. They're
Yeah,
wonderful.
they're-
Yeah.
It's the best, and that's what my family always had.
Yeah.
So that's what we have, right?
Yeah. Well, you've had Molinari salami at my house 1,000 times.
And I'm going to have it again today.
I always tell people, they said, "What part of Italy is this from?" I said, "This is from Ojai."
So this is family too, because I know you have a big wedding for your son tomorrow, and your family has worked in this. I'm sure the kids, their first jobs were here.
Here.
Washing dishes, serving, bussing tables. I get
oh,
it.
yeah, yeah. It's amazing. They've all grown up here, and the good, bad, or indifferent, you know, here we are, and they're still working.
Well, thank you, Dwayne. Cheers to your success. Cheers to you being here for so long, giving us the opportunity to share this wonderful food, this location, and learning your stories. You are a hoot. So cheers, buddy. Salute.
All right, man. Well, let's chow down. We have to go to our Harvest Moon Festival tonight with John and Engel and Bokers, and I'm really looking forward to that, but we got to get our bellies full.
All right, let's dig in.
I got sun in my pocket and a current on my flow. Gold in my vision and I just can't let it go. I got diamonds in the sky, watch them shine from down below. Everything is better, getting better than before. I keep hustling.
Hey, Don Gino, thank you for that great introduction. Hope you guys are having a great time down there at Picology. I love that place. I'm here with Gary Neeson and Nicole Van Paris. We are here in Ojai at their multi-million-dollar listing. They've got a great event, a band, a live band that is, and a lot of wine tasting. So let's go say hi to Gary and Nicole.
Clouds 'cause the sun's coming out and I bet we about to get a win too. Yep.
Gary and Nicole, thank you so much for inviting us up to Ojai to your wonderful listing. Tell us about this. You got quite the event planned today, yeah?
Yes, look at that.
Yeah.
So today, John, it's all about fun. We're going to introduce everyone to this incredible estate, the vineyard, the wine tasting, the friends, the ambiance, the lifestyle.
40 acres, baby.
40 acres.
40 acres,
Wow.
and plus this amazing Tuscan-style home,
Yeah.
all custom made.
A place like this is clearly a business. They make wine here, they grow wine here. It is an incredible place, right? So for us to have the friends here and to introduce them to that is just spectacular.
Yeah. Well, magnificent event, magnificent property. I'd love to see a little bit of it.
We just wanna be free. We just wanna be free. We just wanna be free.
Oh, Gary and Nicole, this place is unbelievable.
Right?
Isn't it amazing?
We just wanna be free. We just wanna be free.
So John, authentic French limestone floors, right? The beams they're heavy beams, right?
Yeah.
And then we have this incredible antique French limestone fireplace. And the stonework came from the property, all excavated from here.
All the
right?
stonework came from the property.
Yeah.
So the architecture, I'm just baffled by the great architecture in here. Is it Spanish style? Is it?
It's a Tuscan.
Tuscan.
It's a Tuscan, and it started here from the ground up since 2007.
There's nothing stopping me calling. You my girl, nothing keeping me from you and you from me. We can keep being kids on the playground. 20-somethings in the schoolyard. Bells are ringing closer to my heart. I got no worries, no cares to be hurried, 'cause there is no
So of course we're in this magnificent property, but clearly this is a vineyard, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about all of the wines, and that's quite frankly 4,200 vines produce approximately 600 cases of award-winning varietals like Barbera, Nebbiolo, and Sangiovese.
Wow.
Right? So the estate encompasses almost 40 acres of private, secure, and beautifully designed vineyards wine tasting areas, the hiking and equestrian trails, viewing areas, and of course, the gorgeous, authentic villa, which we discussed.
All right, well, that sounds unbelievable. And guess what? People are starting to show up here now. So I want to go have some fun, and let's go try some of that wine.
Sounds great to me.
This event is magnificent. I'm pretty sure that only Engel & Volkers could take a beautiful home like this and bring it to market in such a fabulous way. We've got the mountains here, we have a band, we have everything that markets this property to our global network. Engel & Volkers produces these events like no other.
Properties like this don't sell themselves, so it's so great to have the opportunity to be out here with other agents and our clients, living the life of luxury, listening to live music, having some wine and great food. These events are really what sets Engel & Volkers above the rest.
I've known Gary and Nicole probably for 35 years now. So I've just enjoyed my relationship with them, our relationship with them. And today they brought us out to this home here in Ojai, California. And I have to tell you, I've never seen such a beautiful home in my life. And if you're a celebrity, this is where you want to be. Or it's just a sanctuary if you want to live here. Anyway, I've really enjoyed today. And thank you, Gary and Nicole, for this amazing experience.
Doesn't get any better than this on American Dream TV. Here we are in Ojai, killer music, incredible background, an amazing day. Johnny Gardella.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting us to this amazing Engel & Volker event, buddy.
Yeah, man, they just kill it, don't they? They know how to put on a party. Do
And
they
this
not?
house.
Oh.
And this view.
I know.
And the vineyard.
We're talking, we always like wine.
Yeah. Hey, well, thank you guys so much for showing up and supporting Engel & Volkers, supporting American Dream TV, which we absolutely love, right?
Can we do that tomorrow?
Yeah.
And the next day? And the next day?
I wish we could do this every day because it was a wonderful day. We got to tour the town, check out a bunch of great spots, meet a bunch of great people, and have amazing food and spend time with friends.
That's right.
So let's catch up with you next time on American Dream TV Los Angeles.